Now, we can go two ways. Two questions came to mind with that. However, you could also skip those questions and we could dive right into how people can handle everything going on currently with quarantine. But if you wanted to respond to either of these, one question was why you chose, like why you're choosing to focus more on an active practice than research. Is that just because you prefer the actual interaction with people? And the other question was what, and again, especially this one, if you're tired of talking about it, that's fine. But if you want to, I'm curious to hear specifically what opinions it was you had that were so outrageous.
Okay, I think I can talk about both. I think they're both important, and then we can delve into the mental health aspects.
Great.
So yes, so as you say, yeah, I prefer interacting with people, whether it's as a practitioner or as an instructor. A lot of professors, they see teaching as a necessary evil. They don't want to teach; they have to as part of their job. And I see it as the best part of the job. I love to teach. I've been teaching for many, many years in different capacities, 20 years at the university level, and in different capacities since I was like a teenager. So, my grandmother was a teacher, my mom was a teacher for a little while. And my father was a teacher later in life. So it's something that I love to do. And again, being a full-time faculty, you are spending far less time teaching and far more time doing other stuff. So that was one part. And the other part was I'm jaded about research because there's a lot of good research out there, and every time there is good research, I will promote the heck out of it because I want people to see it. How do we gain knowledge? How do we promote knowledge, but with research? So I think it's very important. The only problem is I've seen too many examples of, especially in the field of psychology, but in any social science, the facts and evidence being, let's say, deprioritized, and other factors are involved, whether it's a person's personal ideology, whether it's the university's bent, whatever it is, it's not as pure as people would like to think. Just because it's peer reviewed doesn't mean it's good. So I kind of became a bit cynical in that regard. So, okay. And the second question about what did I say? Well, again, I will be the first to admit that my tone on the listserv was harsh at times. It was blunt. All right. If anyone sees my Facebook pages, they'll see I'm just I can be very tactful, very diplomatic, very civil. I try to be. But when I'm dealing with people who are not acting in good faith, when they make up stuff, and I'm not just talking about, nobody's on the internet. I'm not talking about people I don't know, an egg on Twitter. I'm talking about colleagues. When they act in the same way as people on Twitter, some 12-year-old, person in the basement, I don't have much patience for that. When they're promoting falsehoods, when they're saying things that are just plain factually incorrect, when they make false allegations about my motives. All right, I had people saying, the questioning aloud on the listserv, now basically saying, I'm worried about your patients. If this is the belief system you have or the attitudes you have, God forbid you should be seeing anybody. So when people come at me like that, I'm going to put the gloves down. I'm going to say, let's have at it. But